Well, I managed to hit a pretty healthy sized bump in the road, and one of my stacks just fucking broke clean off of where the primary is. So I got out and I unhooked the spark plug. Well, I unhooked the coil and I unhooked the fuel injector so that we don't have to worry about anything with that. And now we're trying to limp it back to the shop without it falling out. I mean, I probably could get out and grab it, put it back in the truck, but what fun is that? So, and it also would have helped if I would have welded these off of the truck, but when I put those little tack welds in up at the top, I really didn't feel like starting the truck on fire. So I figured, oh, you know what the heck, I'll zip them on there. It's not like it's really doing anything important. Well, apparently it did, and it's not happy. No part of this truck is happy right now, but we'll get it back and we'll be set. Take the long way home. Oh, farther. Looks like we're gonna have to grab it. Oh. That sound nice? That's not too hot. Quite possibly warm. See if that rides back to the shop. What's your opinion, huh? You don't really care. Alright, we're ready to go now. So here's where we're at right now. Got the exhaust back out of there. That was a really fun time. I had to slide it through this way, push it up towards the windshield and pull it back out, but here's a little detail on the truck. Got a 6.0 in here, 4L80, just a complete cobble of wiring. I didn't really give a shit when I put it together, and that's pretty apparent. Radiator and everything zip tied in. The battery is held down by a bolt though, so it has that going for it. I've stuck with the stock coolant reservoir and air filter and everything is stock out of a 2000 Chevy Silverado that I got it from. That's actually where I got the gas tank from too. And yes, that is the gas tank. Just has a Home Depot filler neck on it right now, and I'm gonna pull a different one off of another parts truck that I have here sometime soon, and as you can tell, bed's pretty rusty, but it's not too bad. It gets around okay. And here's what we're working on. You can tell the welds are pretty terrible on there. And it's actually not one of my welds that broke down here. It actually just kind of tore apart because it's been wobbling and cracking and slowly working its way apart on these terrible highways in Nebraska. So that's a pretty good part of it. But I think while I have these out, I'm going to tack weld the rain caps on and re-weld this and kind of see how she goes. Hopefully I can make it a little more solid, and we've got 2 days till we have to head to Indiana. So, and we got a wasp. So yeah, I sprayed down the truck to cool off everything so I could actually work on it because I was in a hurry, and wouldn't you know, that attracted just about every wasp within 100 yards. So having a good time with that, but we're gonna get to welding and I'll post more here in a minute. We got a little more welding done. It looks terrible. I didn't prep it for shit, but you know what? It's on there, it's solid. Hopefully now we can do a little bit of traveling down the interstate, not having to worry about stopping at a welding shop or something in the middle of Iowa. Got everything welded back together. No more leaks. Should be a little more sturdy. We'll see how she does. Somewhere along the line, somebody fucked up. Now the train's going backwards. Oh shit. Dan said, do we get to listen to these great exhaust pipes while we wait? Yeah, we do. Oh, there it goes again. Alright, we're set. On the bright side, sometimes you notice things when you're waiting. That's beautiful. Looks like a maybe late 50s Chevy grain truck. Might have to go check that out sometime. Well, we just made it to Illinois. I was like, hell, header wrap must be curing off. It's smelling pretty good under there, and you know, I've been on it for a few miles. So we've got like 45-mile-an-hour winds. Nope, Christmas tree cover is done. Done for. Yep. R.I.P. Smells delicious. Oh shit, that's locked. But yeah, so we're gonna try to scrape as much of the plastic off of that quick before we go and hit the road again. We've got the Dart loaded up. We're heading back to Lincoln, so after a fun night of events, and hopefully we don't hit 3 detours like we did on the way here, but we'll see how it goes. And on the interstate, 65. So I slammed on the brakes, caught the shoulder a little bit, got pushed into the truck over here. And hit his tire. Rear got busted up pretty good. Side all got busted up, but awesome parts place decided to come out and bring me a radiator. The truck driver was super nice. He had some snacks and stuff, and luckily the window was rolled up, so Bonanza's okay. You doing okay there, miss? Huh? You doing alright? Yeah, she's alright, so everything's good. Suspension's still tight. Lights are messed up. We're gonna see how far we can get before nightfall. Try to get back to Nebraska because we're still outside of Daneville, Illinois. So, well, we get to take the scenic route back. It's gonna limp her home. It's only 500 miles. Shouldn't take any time doing 50. Ugh. Had this old guy in the bathroom at a gas station. And we're in the town about where the accident happened. And I spilled some change out of my pocket, started cussing, and he's sitting there and he's taking a leak, and he's like, oh, don't complain. He's like, could be a lot worse, could be 75 like I am. I'm like, that's true. I'm like, you still got a lot of time left. He's like, yeah. And he's like, or, you know, could have been that guy who got tangled up with a semi on 74. He's like, he's lucky to be alive. And I'm like, you know, that's kind of ironic because that was me. And yeah, it was interesting. We kind of had a good laugh about it, but hey, you know what? It's true, we're alive. Bonanza's alive. That's the biggest thing. I didn't want my little shithead getting hurt, so she's good, and we'll just keep on rolling. Here over there. So I took the factory one and spun it around and stuck one on, so we'll see if that gets us going. Bonanza, what's going on? And then, courtesy of the great truck driver that I hit, he was nice enough to give me some fruit snacks, so I do appreciate that. Alright, we're almost out of Illinois. Back on the road we go. Well, if we're gonna make it back to Lincoln in one shot without getting arrested, probably gonna need 2 headlights and without hitting anything else, so we're gonna see what we can make happen. I, for one, can't figure out why GM just didn't do this in the first place. That should ride. That'll get us there, hopefully. It's only another 250 miles. Oh, and we need to tie the straps up too on the Dart. Got about to St. Joseph last night. Yeah, couldn't see anything. The headlights were all messed up. I tried fixing it, and took me a little longer than I would have liked it to, and it started storming. So we found a rest stop, took a little nap. We're ready to hit the road again. And yeah, so it's been good. Day 3 of what should have been a 20-hour round trip. So here's to hoping that we make it back to Lincoln. We've only got 2.5 more hours, so we'll see how it goes. Oh, looks like all cylinders are kind of firing, so that's good. We should make it. Well, we finally made it back to Lincoln. Here's a quick little video of the Dart. Dart ended up being perfectly safe. Trailer almost came around. Everything. Still has a build sheet for it too. It's a sweet car. Sam should be pretty happy with it. I've had a lot of questions at gas stations about it, and all of the state patrol that were out there during my accident, they sure enjoyed it. Yeah, it's a beautiful car. I love the color. Gonna be sweet. I guess I'll get a little damage play on what's going on with the truck. I had to zip tie a few of the lines out of the way, and I had to shorten the lower radiator hose by about 6 inches because everything is slid over. Made it 500 miles with those 2 zip ties holding the hood shut. I'm doing about 70-75, so that's good. But to get a good perspective of how bad it is, there's a straightforward shot. It's off. It's off by a little. Oh man, this poor truck. Yeah, I had to kick my door open. Let's see if we can fix this. Well, I'm gonna need some opinions, by the way, too. Whether I should leave it like this, pull it back over, straighten it out, keep the body work like it is, because there's no way I'm gonna be able to replace that. Recreate it, I should say. Or I could get a new cab and new front clip and possibly a new bed for it. We'll see how that goes, but I guess we'll have to see. It's about 1 a.m., but we've got a car show in the morning. We need to get this old girl straightened back out. So pull the radiator back out. We've got a tow strap hooked up to the, well, wherever the headlight bolts up. And then we're running into the hitch on the GTO. And we're gonna hope that the hitch is actually stronger than the rest of the truck. Which, it took a semi to do this, so I can only imagine the GTO will pull it back out. But we'll see how it goes. Should be interesting. One good shot on it. And it apparently pulled the radiator support back close. Kind of. Well, it's getting there. We'll keep giving a couple more tugs and see where it gets us. Might have to readjust where we're pulling at. We'll see. This has been stuck since day 1. So we're gonna see if we can get this pounded back in. In fact, I'm doing this one-handed, it isn't helping at all. Alright, I'll give that a shot. Barnyard body work. Ugh. fucked up again. Gave her a good old tug, and now we're leaking battery acid everywhere. So that's always nice. It's nice when things go well. Son of a bitch. Well, we're here. We've definitely gone a little too far. The wrong way. So, I don't know. We'll see where this goes. We need some bolts. Definitely need some bolts. Definitely need a truck with a bumper to push this with. I think the skid loader would be handy right about now. Got some baking soda on the acid. We've got the front end pretty close to being straight, with the doors at least. Well, that's always been bent, but you know, we're definitely getting there. This side's still pretty fucked. Definitely pulled on that at the wrong angle, but we're gonna roll with it right now. We have a ratchet strap holding the front end where it needs to be. So now we just have to get the front end to stay there. We're trying to do a little bit of bendy on this part over here. Maybe get this hood bent over a little bit and see how it goes. I don't know how close we're getting on the latch. We're still way the fuck away on that, but it's 1 o'clock. We have the whole night ahead of us. We're on step 2 of my step 3 or 3-step process. So far we're this is actually kind of helping to straighten this all out, so we're gonna keep putting some pressure on it, kind of see how she goes. But all of the doors open now, and that's pretty much my only goal. But the hood is all messed up still, so we got a little bit to go on that. I'm sure it's bent. This is probably gonna come flying out and impale my chest, but you know, we've had worse days, haven't we? Yes, we have. We're gonna get this sent. Well, we've got her damn near figured out. We've got the door jams to where it opens again, and the front is back into the body mounts. I don't think the frame got bent because it seems like everything else is lining up pretty good. Looks terrible, but we're trying to get the hood aligned right now and trying to keep it to stay where it's at. So we're giving a little taparooski on here. Make sure it takes all of that extra little bending so it remembers where it needs to be. Seems like it's working. So we're going to release this ratchet strap here. See if it kept it in place. Oh no, not really. It's getting closer though. Probably about a 1/4 inch off from where we need to be. I think I can make that up just loosening the hinges and moving the hood over. So I picked up some wall thread. Yeah, this one, this side might not be perfect, but as long as we get it hooked up, we'll be good.